Hey, welcome to Saturday. I hope your weekend has started or is starting very well indeed. So I've been thinking a little bit in these last few days about Twitter. I'm not a big Twitter user. I have an account. I've had one for a decade, but I don't use it much. I don't have many followers. I don't get much interaction on the very few tweets I put out there. It's primarily useful because most companies don't bother to respond to phone calls or emails anymore, but they do respond to being attacked on social media, usually quite quickly. So I generally use it only for that. But last few days, I've been aware that a psychopathic billionaire has decided to turn Twitter into his personal plaything. And as I felt for a long time that I am deeply sick of Elon Musk being valorized as some kind of role model, when in fact he seems to represent everything that is wrong with contemporary capitalism. So I was sort of hoping to see things fall to pieces, and I think things probably are falling to pieces, but he'll probably survive because he's a billionaire and his mates will rally around him, blah, blah, blah. And I don't like how that makes me think. And I began to think about Twitter generally, looking at, accepting that there are very valuable things on Twitter. When a big news story is unfolding, Twitter's a place to go to get immediate insight, or often insight from the inside. But beyond that, I think about the basic structure of so much of Twitter, where partisan people set up a fake problem or oversimplify and misrepresent a complex problem as if it were a simple problem. And then they propose simplistic solutions which outrage their enemies and cause their friends to cheer, and thus increase division and lack of comprehension, and perhaps increase the desire for people always to have simplistic solutions to often intractable problems. I saw one this morning, some right winger making a utterly simplistic statement about the relationship between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. Dangerous and stupid statement, which, if it were that his proposal were to be followed, would result in a lot of death and massive misery, much like Brexit is likely to do and on the island of Ireland. But even if it isn't followed, provokes division, provokes simplistic thinking, provokes tribalism, distrust, hatred. What it seems to work actively against is kindness. I think we need to understand at least what I mean by kindness. This is my definition of kindness. Kindness isn't being nice to people it's easy to be nice to. I think an awful lot of the time people, especially on, the so-called progressive side of politics, jump up and down and say, be kind. But what they mean is be kind to people you already find it easy to be kind to. Or be kind, everyone's fighting a battle that you know nothing about. Their memes go as they send them out, but then they put in brackets afterwards, but only to people that you actually want to be kind to or to be seen to be being kind to. The people you consider enemies, screw them, hang them from the nearest tree. Kindness is universal or it's nothing. Kindness is assuming that people are doing the best. Kindness is trying to understand the motivation of people who do things that you perhaps would have chosen not to do. Kindness is not just being empathetic, feeling with people that you find it easy to connect with. Kindness is perhaps closer to compassion, feeling for the suffering of others, especially perhaps the suffering of those you don't understand or you don't feel that you ethically or ideologically agree with. Kindness for me is understanding the pain that someone like Donald Trump must spend his life in, or for that matter, Elon Musk. So much money, such a strong sense of at some level, pointless inadequacy, such a lack of humanity. I'm not trying to be superior to him. I have my own deep flaws, my own deep failings. But Twitter and the desire for simplistic solutions to intractable and complex problems, a desire to tie things up neatly instead of live with complexity, the desire to build walls around your tribe instead of opening your borders to those who are different to you. Twitter seems to me to be symptomatic of all of those worst things, and whatever its good side, and I fully acknowledge it has a good side, whatever its good side, in the end, that and so much else that we have created technologically perhaps does more harm than good. So, perhaps it's time I close my Twitter account. Perhaps I'll keep it open but never access Twitter except when I need to moan at a large corporation for being inept, incompetent, or corrupt. But this much I do know. As I, like everyone, get sucked towards tribalism, self-pity, personal exceptionalism, I remind myself, be kind. Not say be kind, but be kind. Not show other people that I'm kind, but be kind. And especially be kind to those I find it hard to be kind to. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Connect with some birds or some trees. Look at the sky. See your friends and know that you are a network of extraordinary ideas and possibilities connected to a broader network of miraculous life. Be kind.